In today's Tuesday Crafternoon, I've got yet another hand-stitched card for you, and this time for spring, we've got an iris to make. It looks a little bit complex, but it's actually really simple. So what you're going to need for it is the pattern, which will be included in our Take and Make kit, or later on available just to make a photocopy of at our reference desk. You'll need cardstock, so an 8.5 by 11 cut in half and then folded. You'll need scissors, needle, tape. To do the pattern, you'll want a piece of cardboard and an awl to poke the holes. And then, of course, you will want your embroidery flosses. So for this, what I like to do with it is you've got a bit of yellow for the center here, and then I like to do two tones for the petals. So I've got two different shades of purple here, and then of course green for the stem and leaves. So I've got my card already prepped with the holes in it. Let's get started. So like I said, I want to start off first with the yellow up here. And this one is a fairly simple, just from the top to the bottom, and then you're moving one and going up. It's just directly across all the way around. So I am going to start up here and pull my thread through. And remember, with these cards, we are not creating a knot in the thread. We're taping them down. And hopefully that will take a little bit of the thickness out of the design in the card. That looks like it did not stick down quite well, so I'm going to do another piece of tape. Okay, so from top down to the bottom, and I'm going to come up this next hole, because for the most part, I like to work clockwise. It's just easier to remember and to keep the finished design looking similar, going all the way around. Doesn't always work that way, but we're going to try it. And as you can see, every time I come down, I'm going to advance one hole and then come back over to one hole down from here. Sometimes it's a little tricky to describe how I'm doing these stitching patterns, but I'm hoping that as you watch, you can figure it out pretty quickly. On this pattern, I usually use 3 strands of floss. You may decide you want to use 2 strands, and that's totally okay. You get to decide how exactly you want to make it look. And last one, there we go. And I'll just flip it over and tape down the end of that. Trim it, and there we go. So that's our first color. Now, second color, for these upper petals, what I'm going to do is start up here at the top, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go from 1 down to 8, move ahead to 9, and come back to this one, and we'll just keep crisscrossing. like usual. So again, we'll just tape that end down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll come through. And go ahead 1, back up to this one, move ahead 1, we'll come down here, ouch, gotta watch out for when the needle pokes you. All right, so I've got this hole and this hole yet to fill, but where do I go here? That's when you need to look back at the pattern, or in this case, a card I've already made, and this is where we're going to be joining up with the middle section here. So my next hole is actually going to be right here on this curve. And then I'll come up the very next hole. And we'll finish up here. All right, so that's that side. I think I can probably go ahead and do the other side with this same floss. So I'm just going to run it under these previous stitches just to hold it in place. You could, tape it down, trim it here, and then start again up here, but sometimes I just like to do that. All right, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. And this will be the reverse of that first side. And again, we're joining up here with the middle portion, so right on that curve. And then one hole over, back up to here, and there we go. So I'll go ahead and tape that down. Trim it. And already you can start to see the flower coming together. Now I'm going to take a quick break and reload my needles with the next couple of flosses, and I will be right back. All right, now I've got a little bit darker purple from this first shade. Got that threaded, and what I'm going to do is just go 1, 2, 3 all the way across. If I have to rethread, I have to rethread, but this is pretty simple. This one, if you can see where this first lighter purple joined up with the middle, we're going to go down 2 holes from here to come up. So I'm going to come up in this hole. And I'll tape that down. And then I'm coming over 9 holes, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you look at it, it's not the hole that's directly across from it, from where I came up, but it's one down. Don't worry, this will be in the instructions. And again, I'm just advancing by 1 hole each time. And I know it looks a little tricky where you're trying to join up here with the other petals, but if you're really paying close attention, you can see how they work together. And I think it just creates a nicer picture overall to have those connections. In the Take and Make kit and in the patterns you can just photocopy at the reference desk, I will make sure that these are labeled well enough so that you can figure out how to navigate this little corner here. All right, that side petal is done. Now for the center, this is going to be kind of like the yellow one. It just goes from one point up to this point where it joins with the yellow. And then we're going to work our way around clockwise, just going 1 hole each time. Now, whoever designed this pattern and whoever designed some of these other patterns that I use, when I say you're just going to the complete opposite hole, it's because it's an even number of holes on both sides. I mean, exact number of holes on the same side. It matches. It's going to be a mirror image. And that's why it just makes it really easy to say, okay, go from this point to your midpoint over here. Again, my explanations may not be that great. I'm sorry if they're not, but let's just watch and figure it out. So I'm coming down here to this bottom point, and I'm coming straight up, taking the needle down the hole where it meets up with the yellow. Okay, so you just got a nice straight line bottom to top. And then I'll move over 1 hole. And we're crossing over down to this one. Going up a hole. Crossing up to meet with that petal. And we'll come to the next. All right, and there's our central petal. See, you're just going all the way around clockwise. Now, this final petal over here is going to be the mirror image of this one. So I'm going to come up this hole. We're just going to go straight across from that. Or if you want to figure it from this light purple hole, this light purple petal again, take from there and come down 2 holes. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And come down. And that looks like that's about the end of that thread. So I will go ahead and tape that down. And so I'll come back and finish that in a little bit. But since I've got my other needle threaded up with the green, let's go ahead and start on the stem and the leaves. And for the stem, this is just going to be a simple stitch up and back. It'll be a running stitch up and then you fill in the gaps on the way back. And what I mean by that is, let's start here at the bottom. And tape down our end. So the running stitch is just going to be, we come up one, go down the next, come up the next, and you're just going to be making kind of a dotted line going up, a dash. Come all the way up to join with this petal. And then we're going to work our way back down. So I'll go back down this hole and connect here. And like I said, you're just filling in the blanks. And that's all there is to the stem. It's just real simple, up and back. Now for the leaves, you're going to come up this hole at the very bottom. And this time, we're going to count 12 holes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and come down. We'll come up the next. And these are going to be some long crossover stitches. But the principle is the same. You keep that number 12 in mind. And then you're just moving one hole each time you come back up. And we finish off with that very last hole there in the middle. And I'll come around and tape that end down. And trim. All right, so this isn't fully finished, but you can see with that longer stitch here going 12 holes instead of something like 9, and because you've got holes closer together on this curve, you're getting an almost satin stitch effect for these leaves. So you get that perception of it being a little bit of a wider blade of a leaf, but also a little bit of thickness to it. And it's really kind of cool how that works out. Now I will finish this up on my own because this is going to be the exact same thing, only mirrored on this side. And you've already seen how this finishes up. And what I will tell you is this will be our Take and Make kit for April. So if you want to sign up, you can sign up on the calendar of events. Pretty much going to a waiting list at this point, but as always, I'll try and make some extra kits for people. And you can also call us at the reference desk if you want to sign up for the kit, or if you just want to come in and get a photocopy of the pattern and the instructions and do the rest at home. You can do that too. Hopefully you will enjoy making this for a little bit of springtime beauty to share with a friend or keep for yourself. No shame either way. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you will come and get the pattern and give this a try at home. And in the meantime, stay healthy, be kind, and get creative. Bye.